Fight Fuel MMA is coming at you off the top to bottom banger of a card that was UFC Vegas 6. This event had everything: knockouts, submissions, trash talking, wardrobe malfunctions. So if you're ready for a Fight Fuel MMA Lewis vs. Oleinik breakdown, can I get a just stand up?
UFC Vegas 6 took place Saturday, August 8th at the Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, normally we go right into the main card, but with the prelims going down the way they did, we cannot not talk about it.
I was hyped for the prelims for two fights in particular, the Kevin Holland fight and the Tim Means fight, and both those fights were bangers. Kevin Holland, I want to see this guy fight Israel Adesanya in like 4 or 5 fights from now. He has a tense, relaxed, smooth style, and he talks the entire fight to his opponents, to the ref, to his corner. It works for him. I think he's an awesome fighter.
Yeah, he had such a great performance. I was just floored.
Second fight that I want to talk about on the prelims was the Tim Means vs. Staropoli fight. Means is one of these old school professionals that always comes to fight, is always dangerous, and he showed his mettle in last night's fights. And he just kept on Staropoli the whole fight. In the striking department, it was a little back and forth in the first rounds. Means switched it up to a grappling heavy offense in the second and third rounds, dropped Staropoli at one point, and he just kept grinding on him, securing a well-earned victory.
Yeah, his ability to mix up his striking with his great combinations and mix that in with his outstanding wrestling, which gets the job done no matter how not pretty it looks.
How lanky it looks.
Yeah. Still got the job done. So awesome job, Tim Means. And more stuff that went on the prelims. El Dirty, Andrew Sanchez, with his mullet having self, going in there and just showing everyone how dangerous he is. His striking was so crisp. He hits so hard, and he got that first round knockout. Bonus to you, sir.
Gotta respect the mullet.
Yes. And also, not only were those performances outstanding, Gavin Tucker and his performance against Justin James.
That fight was nuts. At one point, Tucker was caught in was it a guillotine?
Guillotine.
He's caught in a guillotine, and he starts using the kipping escape to get out of this guillotine. Pulls his shorts half off. Reverses the position. He's got James in a head and arm triangle. The shorts are around his knees. He can't even stay in mount. He's trying to jump to the side. It was a crazy fight. Yeah. Both men fought really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy because Gavin Tucker was almost out. He almost got knocked out and then almost got choked out. Mm-hmm. And that amazing escape, amazing reversal, right into a submission of his own, and then just coming back and just getting the job done. Can't wait to see more from him.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the main card.
So we're going to start off with Beneil Dariush for Scott Holtzman.
Man.
Yo.
Dariush is so talented and measured, controlled, technical, tactical, and then just throwing an amazing spinning back elbow in the mix. Because why not?
I mean, to get a stoppage over Scott Holtzman, who's never been stopped, I believe.
No.
Via spinning back elbow. Dominant performance by Dariush. He's on, what, a 4 or 5 fight win streak now?
I don't even know now. 5?
I think it might be 5.
Yeah.
And his last 3 are going to be finishes.
Spectacular finishes.
Yeah. So, really good job by Dariush. In the post-fight interview, Paul Felder was talking about his performance and how measured he was, and he said, I don't know what happened, man. Sometimes I just do things without thinking about it.
That's a true fighter right there.
Exactly. You fight the way you train. You train yourself to be able to fight even if you're lost in there. And Dariush came through big time.
Yeah, man, that just shows you the depth of talent they have in that weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Because where does he even fit in the rankings at this point? Like, it's so crowded up there.
Yep.
Like, another heavy hitter, another amazing fighter in that weight class. It's like, I don't even know what to do.
55 is a Shark Tank, has been for a really long time.
Oh, can't wait to see him fight again.
Yeah. So the next fight on the card, the one fight that I thought was a little slow-paced, a little grinding.
I was so upset because I thought this was going to be such a spectacular fight. On paper, they seem to match up so well, but when sometimes two fighters match up so well, they can have a fight that just kind of goes...
And of course, we're talking about Yana Kunitskaya versus Julia Stolyarenko. A 3-round clinch heavy fight.
Yeah. Yana had to do what she had to do to win, and Stolyarenko was stifled by Yana's stifling.
Yeah, that's actually the way to put it.
Yeah. So, very, very tactical fight. Kind of slow, measured.
The commentators were having none of it.
Yeah, but you know what? She had to do what she had to do to win. She's been in some wars, Yana, so good on her to get the W without having to get her face.
Yeah, we were talking about
again.
that. She's 2 fights off having, I think, facial reconstructive surgery. Her face was fucked up. Maybe she just didn't want to get punched in the face this fight.
Yeah, and I don't blame her because Stolyarenko's highlight reel, she swings wild and with all of her might. So
yeah,
this was probably the safest way for Yana to take on this fight, I'm guessing, but whatever, she got the win, and I just can't wait to see her really showcase her true talents in the next fight.
All right, moving on. We've got Maki Pitolo versus Darren Stewart. Leading up to the fights, Stewart is coming back to the UFC. He'd been fighting elsewhere. Maki Pitolo coming off the Dana White Contender Series. And quick fight, it wound up ending via submission. Darren Stewart hooked up a slick high elbow guillotine.
The amount of pressure he was able to put on Pitolo's head, it looked like his head was about to like twist off.
Yeah, and if you were watching this, Stewart didn't really have Pitolo's lower body controlled, but because of that high elbow, he was able to generate that torque and that squeeze, and he even switched grips to further the choke. Really good sub by Stewart.
Yes, excellent job. Now, like I said in our pre-fight video, this fight did pull on our heartstrings.
Yes, indeed.
Chris Weidman,
the All-American
got the
Chris
W.
Weidman.
Yes, he got the W. He did what he had to do. It didn't look as pretty as he normally fights, but he got the win nonetheless.
Weidman was fighting backed into a corner. He knew he needed a W at all costs in this fight. And what he did was grapple, take Akhmedov to the ground, control him, was on his way to getting a finish at one point in the 3rd round, but it was a workmanlike performance. It wasn't an exciting performance, but, you watch the post-fight interview, and Weidman just said, look, I needed to get the win.
Yeah, on to the next one. He wants to fight, he's ready to go, he feels like he's got the fire lit under him again. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he made sure he still got a spot in the top of the middleweight division with this fight, which is what he was looking for.
Yes, congratulations, Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
In the win column again.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to the main event of the evening.
On the one side, we had the throat-slashing, record-breaking wrecking machine that is Derek Lewis against the neck-crushing, crowd-hushing Alexei Oleinik.
Forward constrictor.
Yeah, and so what we talked about in the video leading up to the fights was classic striker versus grappler matchup.
Wow.
We wanted to know, could Derek Lewis just stand up if Oleinik took him to the ground? Apparently not. I mean, that first round, once Oleinik got it there, it stayed on the ground the whole time.
Yeah, and it was amazing to see Derek Lewis reverse positions, use his blue belt level jiu-jitsu, which is bullshit!
Yeah.
No heavyweight should be a blue belt! That's not fair!
We train with a couple people who are pro MMA fighter, blue belts, and it just doesn't matter.
Not fair.
They're not blue belts.
No.
No. So neither is Derek Lewis.
No, Derek Lewis. Somebody give him a purple belt.
Yeah, that'd be
now.
nice. He did make it out of the Oleinik scarf hold, which we've seen Oleinik apply.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oleinik put everything into it, and I think he knew he had to get that finish in that round in order to really be safe.
Yeah.
Obviously, because Derek Lewis hits harder than a Mack truck.
Mm-hmm.
So his plan was solid, but, you know, he just wasn't able to get the tap on it because Derek Lewis didn't want to tap to that shit.
As he said in the post-fight interview, I think he called it a British bulldog choke or something.
Bulldog shit. I don't want my kids making fun of me.
But yeah, Oleinik had this scarf choke in, and you could see he was going for it. I think he was having trouble with the width of Lewis's shoulders, having trouble connecting the hands, putting a lot of muscle into it. And by the end of the first round, I think he had gassed himself a little, built up some lactic acid in his muscles.
Yes, and not only was he throwing out that old school scarf hold, he did have an Americana for a second, so I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't mention it in Chris Weidman's fight, but he threw out a banana split, so we went full old school here.
Yeah.
Just a little side note. Anyway.
Yeah, so Oleinik finishes up the first round, his best shot to win the majority of the round on the ground, and Lewis rode the positions out, hung tough in there, and he came out ready to finish the fight in the second round.
Yeah, he didn't want to go down to the ground again. He said, Oleinik looks tired. He's lifting his legs up. Looks like he gave up.
Yeah, in the corner, Oleinik had his legs propped against the cage to get the blood flowing back into his arms, I guess. But, look, Lewis sensed that the finish was there.
And he got it.
Flying knee out the gate. Ba-bam! The right, and just follow-up shots on the ground.
Oleinik is tough. It is hard to put him away, and he's always dangerous. So even when you're pounding his face in, he's still looking for like the single or to, you know, wrap his arms around your neck.
Yeah.
Even when he's getting blasted in the face. So, you know, you're never safe until the ref comes in and stops it.
And the ref came in and stopped it. Very good stoppage. While we were watching the fight, I thought some of those shots were going to the back of Oleinik's head, but on the replay, Lewis was hitting all ear. They were all legit shots.
Beautiful work. Excellent work, Lewis. Man, I'm scared for your next opponent.
Yeah, scared. Look, Lewis called out
Blades. Blades called out Lewis.
And Lewis could make that fight exciting. Generally, I don't find Curtis Blades' fights all that exciting, but having the element of Lewis in there, me pulling for him, I'm going to be watching that fight on the edge of my seat.
Yes. So, with that being said, that is UFC Vegas 6. Our thoughts on it. Overall, we absolutely love the card. So if you didn't see it, I don't know why you're watching this, even though you already know the outcomes. I would say go see it.
Yeah, even if every one of the fights has been spoiled by this video, go back and watch it. Top to bottom, banger of a card. One of the best of the year.
All the standout performances in the prelims, man, it's just really refreshing to see a whole new crop of talent coming up through the rankings and just the matchups that will be had in the future. So,
Kevin Holland, watch that man. That man is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the middleweight division.
yeah, looking forward to that. And all the other guys who won the performance of the night bonuses.
Congrats to them.
Yes, and we'll see you in our next video.
All right, if you like this video, you want to help us out, please like, comment, and subscribe. And drop some comments at us. Tell us what you want to see next.
Yeah, and tell us what you think about the fight. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know.
All right, Fight Fuel signing out from Brooklyn, New York. Peace!